Steven Strasburg has to be one of the most unluckiest people in all of the MLB. Ever since his 2019 World Series MVP, he hasn't been the same. The dude has only pitched a total of 31.1 major league innings since 2020 season, and his long successful career seems to be coming to a horrific end riddled with consistent injuries. The Nationals must have sold this dude's health to get that 2019 World Series ring because man, it just doesn't stop. During pitchers and catchers reporting today, Steven Strasburg was missing from the Nationals list. Some people like me were optimistic that maybe he could go back to his prime form come 2023, but it seems that he will not be playing baseball for the foreseeable future. According to Dave Martinez, he's back in DC and there's no timetable on him getting here, meaning spring training. Continued complications following his 2S surgery in the summer of 2021. Steven Strasburg threw one bullpen session and felt good. Then he had trouble after a second, according to Dave Martinez, who referred to a nerve issue as the problem. Every time we hear some bad news about Steven Strasburg, the monster contract he got after the 2019 World Series seems to be one of the most worst contracts in all of baseball. If you guys do not remember, this dude was promised a 7-year contract worth $245 million with incentives on top of it. His contract is set to end in 2027, where the Nationals thought they would have an all-star pitcher in the rest of his prime. The worst part is, if you're a Nats fan, say he plays mediocre for the rest of his career when he comes back from his injuries, of course, he's still going to get paid by the organization till 2030 because of deferred payments. In hindsight, of course, this is just horrible, but you just cannot predict injuries. Before his fall off, this dude arguably had some of the best stuff in baseball in the 2010s. He led the league in strikeouts in games started in 2014. He was voted for a Cy Young Award in 2014, 2017, and 2019, and the dude was a 2-time All-Star and a Silver Slugger on top of that. Of course, he wasn't always the best pitcher on the Nationals, but he was consistent, and that's what matters when it comes to staying relevant in the big leagues. Steven Strasburg had a nasty curveball that he used to set up his four-seamer and eventually got you out with a changeup or sinker. Most of his pitches had crazy movement to ascend, and it's what made him really appealing. Now, do I think Steven Strasburg even deserved this contract in the first place? No, they should have locked up someone else, but it just blows my mind that the Nationals, out of all the star players they had during the 2018 and even the 2019 season, they decided to lock up Steven Strasburg. You had Juan Soto still. In 2018, you had Bryce Harper. In 2019, you saw Trey Turner. You had Max Scherzer to a certain point. You just had so many good players, but instead you go out and lock up someone like Steven Strasburg. It's insane to think about. And since we're on the topic of Steven Strasburg, I thought it'd be interesting to take a look back at what people reacted to 3 years ago when he got this massive contract. So let's start off. First of all, we got 14 comments here, right? This will be ugly toward the end of his contract, says this guy. I mean, he's not wrong. This guy goes, haha, this is ridiculous. The contract is going to be terrible in 2 to 3 years. Baseball salaries have become comical. $35 million a year to make maybe 34 starts. I mean, realistically, you're paying him $1 million a start, so I mean, it's understandable. But still, man, this guy saying it's comical is kind of funny because contracts are way too crazy nowadays. $35 million a year for Strass. This is going to be one of the worst contracts in baseball. In short time, dude's arm has barely held up to this point in the first place. Manny Machado joins the chat. It's funny. Manny Machado is amazing. Glad he's back, but ouch. I was hoping it would only be like 4 years and around 120 to 130 million or over 5 years. With his injury history, I just don't see how you can get 7 years out of him, or at least 7 years that are worthy of 35 million. I mean, I think a lot of people, wait, what is this guy? I'm the minority that think he will age well and adapt to whatever velocity he loses and will still be a great pitcher in his late 30s, but not 35 mil great. He became a free agent at the best possible time. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. I mean, he did become a free agent at the best time because he's coming off of that World Series MVP, so of course he's gonna get the bag no matter where he goes. This guy wishes he got Rendon instead. He goes, but I'm not the GM. That's actually kind of funny. From the sounds of it, they can only have Rendon or Strasburg. I mean, Rendon hasn't really aged that well either. Like, realistically, he's all right, but he's not doing that much in LA right now. So, I mean, you kind of saved yourself on that one, to be honest. I mean, they're both really bad nowadays, but it sucks, man. I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Do you guys think that, like, Steven Strasburg will come back and have a really good end of his career? Or is this guy just the unluckiest dude in baseball? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you all for 1,000 subs already. I don't know if I said that yet. Thank you guys. It means the world. Have a great day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Bye.